Hey everyone, welcome to another fantastic episode of Talking NASCAR with Brandon and Clint. My name is Brandon.
My name is Clint.
Let's talk some NASCAR. So we have a real sponsor tonight. Forget this fake sponsor crap. Brandon's Baseball Cards is our sponsor tonight. If you like baseball card content, if you like unopened packs, there is a channel for you. Brandon
Also
Stewart,
basketball cards, also Civil War cards late recently.
all kinds of stuff.
Football,
And
yeah, just cards, sports cards.
the guy knows his shit. His name's Brandon Stewart.
Yes.
Smart motherfucker. He's a smart fucking guy.
Now,
And he told me to say that. So subscribe, like and subscribe to Brandon's
it is
baseball
in the
card.
teleprompter that Brandon is reading right now.
Yes, yes, it is. Brandon gave me the script for this advertisement. But Brandon's baseball cards, hell of a good guy, damn nice collection. Okay, so with that out of the way,
You are going to
um,
notice that Brandon and I are wearing non-NASCAR attire.
yes,
I have my Cubs hat. Brandon's wearing his Reds hat. As of
yes,
recording, they are
yes,
playing.
yes,
Uh, the Reds are winning currently, but they were
yes.
winning yesterday going into the ninth. The Cubs came back and won. So
Yeah, yeah. Now Clint has his stupid Cubs hat on, and so that's cool. Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about talk about the race this weekend that Chase Elliott won, which
yes,
was
news just dropped about Ryan Priest
yes,
being
absolutely.
penalized.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Ryan Priest penalty?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ryan Priest penalized 25 points and $50,000 after his incident with Ty Gibbs at Texas. Um, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he got fined. I'm sorry. I'm
Hmm.
surprised he got that he got docked points and everything.
Hmm.
Um, I'm also surprised that Kyle Busch didn't in his tangle with John Hunter Nemechek. I thought
That's
his was much more blatant,
hmm
although uh, apparently from what I heard of radio transmission, uh, I think my son just left me a note, but it dropped on the ground. From radio transmission, Ryan Priest said he was going to hit him, and then he did. So I don't know if that changes it or not.
that. And I don't know what are your thoughts on penalizing someone for hitting another driver on the track generally out of context.
I think right hook
Hmm.
uh, is worthy.
Fair,
Um,
fair.
and my son wants to say hi. When you're done, come to me. Yes, sir. This is what we don't edit. We don't edit here on.
We don't believe in editing. It's against our
Uh,
religious beliefs.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So just for everyone knows, my son does want me to come up to his room when I'm done here. Right hooks, I think, are deserving. Yeah, I think Ryan Priest did it in a way that was more chrome horn, so to speak.
Hmm. Hmm.
Went in and and these cars have been notoriously hard to wreck people
Sure.
um, in any way other than a right or left hook, I guess, so to speak. Left
Hmm.
hook, I guess, would be up there with also a way that you could be penalized. I think that's asking for injury in those two types of scenarios.
Sure.
He kind of just went in and squared up, hit him bumper to bumper,
Hmm.
and just happened to be in a part of the track that, from what I understood at Denny Hamlin's podcast, that the cars were already light at that
Hmm.
point in the way they were transitioning through the corner. So that probably
Hmm.
caused it as much as anything. Um, again, I think the radio transmission ahead of time probably didn't help his case.
Sure. Well, and see, I have questions because I always wonder: does it matter the track where you wreck someone? Does it matter? Would they prefer drivers get out and physically fight each other?
I would.
You, I would also prefer that, but with the helmet off, don't act like a
Yeah.
little bitch.
Obviously.
Take the helmet off and let's have some fisticuffs. That's fine.
Yeah.
But looking at you, Kevin Harvick, Mr. Tough Guy from California, leaving your freaking helmet on seven times out of eight, whatever percentage that is. The vast majority of the time, I saw that guy like one time take his helmet off. He kept his helmet on when he approached Kyle Busch. When he approached Kyle Busch, was it at Darlington when he went to the car and tried to grab him? He had his helmet on then.
Yeah.
Like, take your damn helmet off, you chump. I know Kevin's a big fan of this podcast, and he may not want to listen anymore. But
I think he likes the. What we say about him. I think it's. I can't think of the word. But,
we present his broadcasting in particular in a very favorable light. But sometimes but back to the penalty, does it depend on the track? Does it depend on how blatant it is? It shouldn't matter if you say it on the radio or not. I granted, that's not Ryan Preece. That's not his smartest moment. When in doubt, keep your pie hole shut. That's why Big E only got penalized a few times, is because for the most part, he's not saying anything. He'll turn you, and then he'll give a little grin after the race, and he's like, well, I just bumped him. I meant to rattle his cage, and he turned him around completely accidentally, of course.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be tactful about it, even if it's blatant. Be tactful on the radio and be tactful in interviews. And even in the post-race interview, Ryan Preece sounded like, well, I raced him like he races me, which means, he races me like a jackass, so I race him like a jackass.
I believe that.
But I don't know if points is the money is clearly not a deterrent. I don't even know why they fine teams money.
No, the points, 25 points is a pretty big amount. Yeah. Ryan Preece is having a decent year. He's still probably the third best on a three-car team.
Mm-hmm.
Buscher's in top 5 in points.
Yeah, he's had a good year. Yeah,
Lowski's having a good year. Relatively good year.
Mm-hmm.
Preece has flashes. Obviously, he won the Clash, but he has definitely flashes of being pretty good. Generally, short tracks. He's a good short track driver. So, if anybody's looking to pick him for any certain track, probably a short track. But yeah, I don't know. It's I could see RFK. What is it called? Geez, I am not for words tonight. When they are trying to overturn
appeal.
Thank you. I could see them trying to appeal it. I could also see with the right committee, and I don't really know how it all works. I could see the right committee overturning it or at least lessening it, because it wasn't a right hook. And when you were talking about it being a different tracks, should it matter? I feel like yes. If you go to Martinsville and right hook somebody, you're not really creating. I think that the rule comes from, was it Bubba right hooking?
Was that Larson?
Was it Larson? It was Larson.
Yeah.
At like Kansas or something, and like a high rate of speed through that section, and that was a dangerous situation, honestly.
And he was suspended for a race when that happened, I do believe.
That's right. Yes, he was.
The Reds they're now tied 2-2, by the way, and our left fielder just made an error on what should have been an out. So now there's a runner at first base. Should have been so maybe the Reds are getting on their knees and get ready to blow this game too. Let's see here. Yep, no, that's just an error. Yep. So we're getting random baseball commentary in the middle of this NASCAR podcast, everyone. So it's your lucky day. In case you're wondering, hey, what does Brandon think about baseball? Or does he have thoughts about baseball? I do.
But only when he's on Brandon's baseball cards, not
only on Brandon's baseball cards. Our very wonderful real sponsor for tonight. Brandon paid hundreds of dollars for this promotion. Maybe he's not a smart guy.
If you'd like to be talking baseball with Brandon and Clint, leave a comment down below because we'll do that too.
Absolutely. Yes. Share an opinion. Cubs or Reds? There's correct answers only. Reds. So
you know what though? If somebody comes at us with the Cardinals, we block them, right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Or Brewers. That's fine. Yeah. We don't have any of your Cardinals crap. We don't do Cardinals.
Pirates fans, just more pity than anything. But
there will be a Cardinals fan on the New Orleans trip.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
bringing
just
only Cubs gear.
okay.
Um,
That'll piss me off. That'll be funny. That'll be really funny. But
I'll do it.
yeah, I know you will. That'll be funny. Hopefully he doesn't wear a fucking Cardinals hat. Either way, sorry. I'm digressing here very rapidly in front of the hundreds and hundreds of viewers,
The millions of people that watch this. Yeah.
the millions of people now. But long story short, I do not think this. Maybe on appeal, maybe the penalty will get reduced. I couldn't imagine 25 points. That's a big hit.
Yeah.
Now, if Ty Gibbs had gotten injured, or if something like that had happened, then maybe that justifies 25. But that in the current point system, that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
And I just don't think it's that worthy of a. And then when do you not penalize them? Are they allowed to fight after the race? Would you penalize them then? They'll probably get fined then. What
Can you
what's
imagine a Ryan Priest and Ty Gibbs
No,
fight?
I could not. But more generally, what sort of confrontation is acceptable by NASCAR?
Yeah.
What sort of confrontation is acceptable? Would you rather them be fist fighting? That's a worst example. As a father, that's a worse example for my kids if they're watching the race with me and they see two guys go to fisticuffs versus
Yeah.
just an accident. What exactly is the intention here? Can there ever be an actual confrontation? Which happens in life. People have confrontations. It's a competitive sport. Confrontations are going to happen. To me, I don't know. I just think they have to get a little bit of the stick out of their butt on this one,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
let them. Some drivers settle it on the track. Some, and again, you know it when you see it if it's penalty worthy. This did not strike me as being penalty worthy. Kyle Busch, when he took out Ron Hornaday in the Truck Series race under caution, that was overkill years ago. That was overkill. He deserved to be suspended the rest of the weekend. He did. That was ridiculous. And
Yeah.
he owns up
It
to it in
was
hindsight.
that was as dangerous a thing you could do,
Yeah,
and then especially under caution.
yeah,
Just basically pushed him up the track into the wall. I mean,
yeah, yeah. It was ridiculous,
yeah,
right? That is that. Yes, there are instances where that sort of retaliation is completely uncalled for. This is not one of those situations. So now that we solved that, NASCAR, take away this punishment. Um, but there's something even bigger here because I picked Daniel Suarez
I did.
as my driver, and you picked William Byron.
I
And
did.
so, how did that shake up from a point standpoint?
So you scored 36 points, and I scored 31. Now I was thinking about this, and all props to you. I'm gonna right here. Oh, sorry, the camera's a little
Thank
high,
you.
so you can see my hat.
Thank you.
As far as a typical Byron and Suarez matchup,
Hmm.
that's about as good a result as you could have hoped for, and about as bad a result as I could have hoped for.
I don't know about that because Byron, I think he's
But
okay.
typically, most tracks,
He's a
if
good
you
driver.
pick that you would expect Byron to pick or to get more points over Suarez,
That's fair. That's fair.
barring
That's
a
fair.
wreck. So
That's fair.
in that instance, very good pick on your end. Probably not the appropriate time to pick Byron on mine, but Byron had, I think, just led practice and speed, and I was like,
Hmm.
let's do it. And now I do have every single race picked already for the year.
Which is
I got
crazy.
I got bored got bored one day and did it.
You are not well. You are insane.
Yeah. Um,
I
I have good reasons for all of them, but I do reserve the right to. And you do use every single driver one time,
Yeah, sure.
every
Yeah,
full time driver one time.
sure. Do you
Um,
have in the spreadsheet, do you have notes explaining your logic for each pick? Because that would be
no, I have
super nerdy.
internal reasons why. Um,
I don't know what
for
that
both of
means.
them. And
You
then,
mean
but I got to like,
telling you?
I, I got through, and we're totally breaking off tangent here. I got through all the ones I thought were obvious.
Hmm.
So like SVG to a road course,
Hmm.
obviously. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It was just a matter of which road course.
Hmm.
Uh, Things like that. There were certain ones that you're like, that's obvious to me. That's obvious to me. He's typically good there. And then you
Sure.
had to go, okay, now we have to fill in with the mediocre to not very good drivers, and
Hmm.
that was difficult because at some points, yeah, it's a crapshoot. You're just like throw a dart at the wall and
Yeah,
call it.
absolutely. Well, and
Uh,
I do like what we're doing. I do like this system where we have to pick a new driver every single week for the season because it makes it so much more interesting, something you
it
and I have
does.
been talking about.
That's what we were
And
talking about before the last race, when you had your Harvick and Boyer and
mhm,
all their picks. We're like,
mhm.
man, that's boring. Like it's just
Yes,
obvious.
yes.
It's like us going into every week going, I don't know Larson because Larson's going to work, or Hamlin, or these guys that are
Mhm,
always up front. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Otherwise, yeah, you'd be constantly like picking those guys,
mhm.
and that's not fun.
Yep, yep.
like
Well,
like
and
I said, at some point, one of us is going to have to pick a Ty Dillon. One of us is going to have to pick a Ware, or a Gregson, or whatever. And it's like
mhm,
you have to strategically use them
mhm.
and
Yes,
hopes that they get the maximum points for what they're capable of.
absolutely. Yes, that is which is so yeah, literally this weekend, I think it was Reddick, Hamlin, and Hamlin were the 3 picks for the
Yeah.
talking heads, and I was like, "Oh, how
Which,
brave of
hey,
you."
they finished second and third, but
That's great, that's great, but the point is that just, like, let's have some diversity here. Let's,
yeah.
encourage some excitement in the sport,
If I was
that's
doing
just not
actual sports betting with actual money, yes, I would be Hamlin,
Sure,
Larson, Reddick every
sure,
week.
sure.
But we're not. The way we're doing it, I think, is more fun. I think it's more
Yes,
entertaining. It gives us someone to root for that we wouldn't typically root for.
that's
Um,
true. That's very true.
you
Yes,
know,
that's you cheered for Denny Hamlin a few weeks ago. I'm gonna, at
yeah,
some point, be
Ty
rooting
Gibbs.
for
I had
Denny
to root
Hamlin.
for Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, that's I
You know how much
know
that
you
hurt me? That
I know
hurt
you
me.
text me, you're like, "I'm throwing up in my mouth." Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
I
Yeah, no,
showered after.
yeah, it's a weird thing for some of these guys. But, the other thing, that we haven't been able to, well, we did talk about Carson Hocevar, but I did wanna talk more generally about Spire repeating some of their success. Carson Hocevar
Yeah.
finished 7th, of course, Daniel Suarez finished the 6th. This is I think the future is looking up for Spire. Do you agree?
Yes. And I think McDowell. I'd have to look real quick where he finished. If
Not
I'm not
good.
mistaken, it was 20 something, 27th.
Mhm,
You'd be hard pressed to say Michael McDowell unless he's. I don't know his contract situation. I don't
mhm,
know his contract situation. Um, you'd be hard pressed to say he's still in that ride next year and that it's not a Kyle Busch.
mhm,
Probably.
mhm,
Kyle Busch had a very good race going. He was top five for a good portion of that race.
mhm.
Um,
You did.
I don't know. I at some point started cooking dinner and I was listening onto the radio in and out, and I don't know what happened that he ended up back there. But up until that point, he had speed, and actually just looking at like fastest laps, like he was in the top five
Mhm,
or six in fastest
mhm,
laps of the race.
mhm.
Um, so I don't know what happened, um, but
You know, the other option, if Kyle Busch ended up going to Hendrick,
right,
replacing
yep,
Alex Bowman, who I could see taking the spot
would
at
be Alex
Spire.
Bowman.
What's up?
Would
Well
be
well,
Alex Bowman.
maybe Alex Bowman, but, I would actually thinking if they are dumb enough to let him go, Corey Hahn. I think
Yeah,
Corey Hahn would be an excellent 3rd
he would
driver
be.
for Spire.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
can't see Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst finished 11th in that race. I just realized I didn't see that. Good for him. Uh, but who led the most laps? That was, I'm pretty sure, Corey Heim. No, he had the
yes,
second most laps led, other than Chase Elliott.
yeah, I was gonna say, one thing that, I enjoyed about this Texas race, I went to as we were talking before we started recording, I went to a bunch of Texas races when I, lived in, Denton, Texas for 5 years, and there were not a lot of lead changes often.
No,
It wasn't really an exciting race back in the day. I would go because it's a NASCAR race, it's a chance to
sure. Yeah,
get some autographs, meet some drivers, whatever. But I mean, Jimmy Johnson, he won at least like half the races I freaking saw there, and he led a shit ton of laps, and it was not the most exciting way to to see a race. I like it when there's not a clearly dominant car. There was not a car that was dominant. It seemed like it was
No,
stage by
no,
stage. There was no clear car that had an advantage. And some of the
yeah.
best cars got wrecked. Christopher Bell wrecked. Haha. But
What a
you know,
fluke way too. I mean, Todd Gilliland,
yep,
what just
yep,
clipped him.
yep, yep, yep. That was absolutely hilarious. And then I didn't think he was going to actually go up and smack the outside wall. And even when he hit the wall, it didn't look that bad, but then he parked it. So too
Yeah,
bad. Sorry, Christopher Bell. Um,
yeah,
that's a shame. It's a damn shame. But
yeah. No, it's just it was like Eric Jones won the first stage. I think Carson
yep.
Hocevar won the second stage. Um, some of that I think was just where they pitted and how they
Hmm.
pitted.
It was good
Whether
to see
they
Eric Jones. Eric Jones win a stage. That was cool. That was his first career stage win. Um, I,
really,
yep, first career stage win. And I actually considered picking him in the race, which was kind of funny because he looked decent in practice. And as you pointed out over text, Legacy at some point they're close. Legacy is close with at least he's had some strong performances this year.
um, there was a lot of issues on pit road. Um,
Yes, there were a ton of on pit road.
Joey
Uh,
Logano hit somebody. He ran into what? Cole Custer?
y- I don't know if it was Cole Custer or who it was.
Kyle Larson hit
They
somebody or got hit.
Yes, Larson hit somebody and got hit. Logano just absolutely got destroyed. Um, the Cincinnati Reds closer Emilio Pagan in the middle of pitching just went down on the mound, and he is very badly injured.
Oh no!
Okay, fuck you. Uh,
Sorry.
he is like screaming in agony. Something bad has happened. Oh no.
This is one I
They've
wish I
got
could have been watching.
they've got paramedics. Oh no. Okay.
You're watching this
Sorry
in real
guys.
time, everyone.
You're watching this in real time and I put on my red shirt. This is all my fault. I put the shirt on
It's the
to
hat. I'm
piss
sorry.
to piss Clint off, and then he added the Cubs hat. It is the Cubs hat. It's the Cubs hat jinx. He's like legit crying. Holy shit! I wonder what happened. Okay, Legacy on the way up. Spire on the way up. Alex Bowman, he's had some good runs. Which has
Last two
been
wins.
kind of
The last two he's won. What? Or he's been third last 2 weekends. Yep.
yeah, which is I mean I did not see that coming because he was completely irrelevant before he got
Yeah.
vertigo.
Yeah. Before the
Uh,
vertigo, he wasn't.
So
Yeah.
maybe he's getting his shit together. But I'm just not high on him generally. I mean, he's boring. He's not, I mean, he's had some good moments in his career, but he's not an elite driver by any means.
No. No. He was what handpicked by Dale Jr. more or
Now,
less, and
now you're trash talking Junior now. I see how it
no,
is.
no, no. Junior typically, like, look at his team. Like his team, Junior
Yeah,
Motorsports is a powerhouse, right?
yeah, they are. They
Whatever
are.
that guy's doing, again, his Kelly as well. Kelly does a great job, and
Hmm.
he does a great job of running that team and putting the right people in positions um, to do the right jobs. You look at Allgaier, who damn near beat Larson last
Yep,
weekend.
they
He's got
did.
3 wins on the
And
year.
what an
Uh,
exciting race the O'Reilly series
yeah.
was.
And that
Holy
was something we
shit.
wanted to talk about. And God, we're not going to have time again. But the O'Reilly series, I think, is a great. Now, can they get past the first lap? Seems to be an
Yeah.
issue. The
Yes.
last few weekends, they seem to find ways to wreck on lap one. But um, once they're up and going and
Hmm.
on pace, uh, they it's a very exciting series with very exciting. And something I thought about when you were saying, like, as far as the announcers go, they talked so much about aero blocking and how it's hard to pass again. And I can't remember what weekend we talked about this before, but it's like,
Hmm.
if they didn't mention it to us, they're basically pointing out their flaws,
Mm.
right? It's it's talking to the girl who talks about everything that's every single pimple on her face when you never saw them and now you can't stop looking at them uh,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But like
Sure.
it's things you never notice if you're just watching the race. They're now
Mm-hmm.
pointing out every wart, every blemish, everything,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're like, oh man, every time no, you're right. Every time they get close, they can't pass. Oh, they can't
Mm-hmm.
do this. Oh, look, oh the down. You can see the downforce losing, and you're like, had they never pointed that out, I
Mm-hmm.
never know, and I'd just be like, hey, they're just racing,
Yeah. Yes.
and
Yes.
Texas has become a better track. You could definitely tell how the flattening out coming out of the corners is conducive to the 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 hard passing coming off the corner. As far as
Mm-hmm.
that goes, it's not banked as much as typical mile and a half. It doesn't look like.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, and if I am, tell me so. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that adds to it, subtracts from it. Um, Again, I'd like to see them go 750 horsepower all year.
Yeah.
I think extra power, softer tire that gives up more. The tires were giving up, and that did make a difference, and that's good. There
Sure.
was definitely a significant difference between someone who pitted late and someone who short pitted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they made such a big deal about that, like, oh, he stayed out too long, he stayed out too long. It's like Clint or whoever, Kevin, is like,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to come back around at
Yeah.
the end of the run, right? Like
Yeah.
that he's going to fall off and he's going to catch him. Like that's just
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yes.
Yes, he's catching
It's,
him now,
yeah.
but then he won't be, and it'll go the other way.
Yeah, at some point, whenever you're in the pits, you're losing positions. You're losing a little bit of
Yeah,
time when you stay out. But you make up that time when you are faster when everyone else slows down 15
right.
laps later.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, no, no. There's times where, yeah, I forget who it was. It might have been when Corey Heim was staying out and leading all those laps. It was Clint or Harvick, one of the two geniuses that were, this is such a, I do not like this. Da, da, da. And it's like, well, number one, this guy is trying to get some experience in the series,
yeah,
right? Which goes a long way. Being in the lead, that's a different learning environment. Pitting from the lead, when you're literally so wet behind the ears, you take all of these types of experiences that you can. It's also
yeah,
just good PR from a sponsorship standpoint.
yeah.
Like
Your
why not
cameras are
stay
on you.
out
Yeah,
there? Yeah, what's wrong? I see nothing wrong with it. I see nothing wrong with Eric Jones. You win stage one, doing something a little different with the pit strategy. Hey, you got the stage points. Who the
yeah,
hell cares long term in 200 laps? Is that going to make a damn bit of difference to your point? 200 laps
right.
later, is it going to make a damn bit of difference that Eric Jones was stayed out 18 laps longer than three or four other cars? Like, I think part of their job is they are trying to make it as interesting as possible, but the sport is interesting enough and the racing it's good. They don't need to editorialize as much as they do with some of this stuff, especially when it's not clear what the hell they're even saying.
Yeah,
And that's mostly the mouth, the drivel that comes out of Kevin. What's Kevin Harvick's middle name? I don't know what his middle name is.
Galen,
Kevin,
I have no
we'll
idea.
say Kevin Dalen Harvick the third,
Yeah,
whatever. Um, it's astonishing to me. This guy's got podcasts. This guy's like done his whole thing's media now.
yeah,
Someone who is in the media should be articulate and interesting and informative. He is none of those things. It's astonishing. I don't know how he got these deals. What sort of a salesman is this guy? Where he's convinced people that he can communicate about NASCAR? He tells me nothing. I learn nothing from him. Nothing.
yeah. No,
Like I want to
realistically, no.
mute the fucking television.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only thing he has going for him, and it doesn't matter because he doesn't articulate it well, like
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
is that he's the most recent to retire having driven the new car.
Sure.
So he has
Sure.
any experience at all with that car.
Mhm.
And he does still race a lot
Mhm.
with his son and whatnot. Not
Sure.
in that car, obviously, but like that's all he has. But then, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's something about him. I liked him as a driver. obviously because
Sure.
he raced for
Yeah.
for Tony Stewart, and he was hard nosed and all that, and he showed his emotions, and I liked all that, and we
Mhm.
talked about
Sure.
that. Like a lot of
Yeah.
it is personality.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just as a commentator, no, I don't know.
No.
It's,
Yeah.
it was the same with Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace, same thing, hard nosed racer,
Mhm.
um, and wore his heart on his sleeve, but then like became a commentator, and it was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, one of the greatest drivers of all time. Just because you're great at your sport doesn't mean you'll be a good broadcaster.
Absolutely,
I brought up Barry Bonds opening night in San
yeah,
Francisco. One of the greatest of all time, steroids or not. And he is just absolutely heinous, like offensively bad as a broadcaster. He was horrible. And people they're trying to help him. You could tell they're like, this is what you mean, right? He's like, I don't understand what like
yeah.
there's just a some people are not meant. So I don't understand the Kevin Harvick phenomenon of him being a communications guru
No.
now or whatever. Because
He should
you have
be on the truck with Chris Myers instead of Jamie Mack.
Sure, that'd be fine. Yeah,
Just
and Jamie
occasional,
Mack could be up there. That'd be fine.
probably. Yeah, he
Yeah,
could probably. I think he's done probably fine with that. I think
yeah.
Kevin could be there in the occasional break
Mhm,
to talk about it.
mhm.
Um, I don't really, kind of thinking about it, I don't really know why you need them, Chris Myers and Jamie back there.
I don't know why we need Larry McReynolds. I
I don't
think
know why we need everything else.
if NASCAR wants to start trimming some of the fat out of the budget, I mean, or Fox, whichever, who I don't know who pays them, but like there's room here. There's room. Give Clint and I a shot.
Absolutely, we'll do it.
I can learn to censor myself. I can learn to not use profanity. I can learn how to do that. I promise will be entertaining, as we've clearly demonstrated.
Clearly, clearly.
Um, but sincerely, though, yeah, every time I see, oh, and here's the new podcast. Here's the new show he's on. It's just
I
like,
like that he brought back the Speed Channel.
that's cool. Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
Speed. That's great.
get
But
back Dave Despain in there. Bring back Wind Tunnel. Absolutely.
man, I would just honestly, we need Eli Gold, Alan Beswick, and
Mm,
Mike Joy. Those three in the booth, or just two of them in the booth. You could swap them out.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that would be fantastic. That would be absolutely fantastic. But I don't know. I will
Give up
say
Benny Carson. Like you said.
I'm excited for the races on Prime.
Yes,
Junior has really come into his own as a
yes.
broadcaster,
Steve
and
Letart's great.
Steve Letarte is
Carl
fantastic.
Edwards is even really good.
Yep, yep.
But again, Carl Edwards is a very smart, articulate person.
Yes, he is.
Um, Steve Letarte, very smart, articulate person.
Yep.
But and Earnhardt is the everyman, right? He's
Yes.
excited by the racing. He can
Mhm,
explain it. All three of them, or anyone on there really, can
mhm,
explain it to you in a way that makes sense
mhm.
and is exciting,
Yes.
right? And yeah, I don't know. Like I remember because Prime does what 5, and then TNT does 5, basically with the same crew.
Mhm,
But that was like the best part of the whole thing, of the
mhm.
whole year, really.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the best. I mean, I'm really looking forward to the Prime. That is by far the best broadcast. By
Yeah,
far the best
by
broadcast.
far, by
And
far.
why are there only 5 freaking races out
Right.
of I mean, from a marketing standpoint, if Junior was more and I understand if he doesn't wanna do more for personal reasons, like if you
Yeah,
just be a
100%.
follower and
Yeah,
do your podcast. He's now collecting sports cards. I've been sending you videos about that, so he's wrapped up in
yeah.
that. Good for him.
And
Very
still,
healthy.
I can't believe that you found a $3,500
Yep.
card or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like, okay, I
$3,500
want you
Josh
to
Allen.
enjoy it, but I want every card you get to be just some common nobody.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. No, no. He's found a new wonderful, wonderful addiction, hobby. He's found a hobby. It's not an addiction. I can quit anytime I want, but why would I want to? Because I'm
Right.
addicted. Um, you know, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Prime. I wish if they could do the Daytona 500, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
If Prime could pick up some of these bigger races rather than letting Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer speak at these sorts of events. I'm going to call this episode, by the way, Kevin Harvick is a garbage broadcaster.
Okay.
That'll get some views.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yes, I'm going to do that, and then I'll tag him in it if he has a YouTube channel. So, any other final thoughts now that we've solved Palestine and Israel?
I think
Ryan Priest.
I think every one of our episodes has devolved into Kevin Harvick's sex.
It has. I was thinking about the race. As I said, I'm going to call this Kevin Harvick is a garbage broadcaster. I'm like, when have we not made that point?
Every single race this year, we have said that
episode.
We said, how did this guy get his job?
So we need new material, or I need new material. I need to be less redundant. I'm repetitive. I'm not interesting. Okay.
We have other ideas, guys. We have other ideas of other things to do with this podcast.
I promise.
We just don't have time all the time.
We don't. No, the next we should do. We'll talk about future episodes.
We're also both sitting here side-eyeing the Cubs and Reds game.
So. We are sitting here side-eyeing the Cubs and Reds game. It's 2-2, bottom of the ninth. So this has been a interesting experiment in multiple sports, and we worked in baseball commentary, which I'm sure all 4 people are probably thrilled with. So with that, we will let this train finish going off the tracks. Be careful merging. Don't be an asshole.
Rock the vote. Wipe till it's white.
Rock the vote. Wipe till it's white.
Keep it between the lines.
Keep it between the lines and fucking use the fucking speed limit when you're fucking merging. Don't go 40 miles an hour when you merge. Till next time. Peace out, mother bitches.